Some models have Autochart Live, like the Helix 9, 10, and 12. This feature allows you to map a fishing spot and see the map instantly. It is a very important tool for structure fishing. The maps you create will be the best maps available. I personally will never share my maps since they are my favorite fishing spots. You can use the internal memory, but it is limited. I highly recommend you buy a Zero Lines card, which will store all the mapping data that you will probably do in your lifetime. This card can then be used in any Humminbird model that has the Autochart Live feature. Make sure you have only one sonar unit on, or the depth data can get confused, because two units that are pinging at the same time will confuse the depth data. You access Autochart Live from the chart menu. Select Autochart and select Record, and you are now mapping. When you start, the map looks like this, and as you map, the map will change as you add more data until you finish. Keep mapping until there's no blank spaces between the colored path. Make sure you cover the highest spot and go around the entire edge of the structure. You can make it so that the map is either visible or hidden. I don't understand that because I will always have it visible because these maps are really valuable. Transparency is useful when you have a map card in. You can display both maps as an overlay. Notice the change when I select 40 for transparency. The contour lines can be hidden if you want to. I prefer to see them always. The default setting for contour intervals is 2. That works well. This image uses 1 foot and this image uses 3 foot. I prefer 3 on fast drop-offs and 1 foot on gradual drop-offs. The minimum and maximum ranges allow you to adjust the colors of the map to show the details differently. This image has a range of 0 to 69. I adjusted the minimum to 13 to get this image, then I adjusted the max to 31 on the same image. Notice the difference. On lakes that I fish, I adjust the ranges differently depending on if I'm fishing shallow water or deep water. I recommend you use this feature after you make a map, test it, see how you like it. You can select raw data to see just the colored data points. If you had an error on your map, say you had a bad data point, my most common way to get that is I turn the boat quickly, prop wash, I drive right through it, the depth data goes to 1.3 feet, and now I have an error. Well, if you go to the raw data, all of a sudden you get this delete choice. Well, if you put the cursor on the bad data point and hit delete, it deletes it plus the surrounding data points. The more you zoom in, the less data points you will delete. Notice the data is deleted on this image. Save location is best to select the card slot you have the SD card in. Map position has 2 choices, auto and fixed. The main difference is that you can't see the map at the cursor when you select fixed. This is important if you want to look at an area you mapped in a different location. You can use the cursor to go over to it. This only occurs when you have it on auto. If you buy the Autochart Pro software from Humminbird, you can view their maps on a computer, edit them, and adjust them at home. All you have to do is take your card, put it in the computer, and have the Autochart Pro up, and you can import the data and then export it back to your card after you've worked with it. That would be another whole DVD just trying to teach you Autochart Pro and all the tricks and tips with doing that. I've been live mapping for over 10 years, and it has helped me win fishing tournaments, so make sure you use this powerful feature. I have 2 more tips for you. If you recorded Autochart Live data to the internal memory and then later buy a zero-line card, the data is not lost. When you insert the zero-line card, you will get this message. What it means is that the internal Autochart Live data that you had previously recorded will now be moved to the Autochart zero-line card. Another tip is that if you have fluctuating water levels, you can adjust the depth offset in the main menu under Setup. For example, if your lake dropped 2 feet, you just set the offset of -2, and then your Autochart Live data that you have previously recorded will match the data you record with the depth change.